This has been a long time coming. I've been really excited for it. We have finally hit another in-game caliber subscriber milestone here on the channel. So, in celebration of 405,000 subscribers, we got a 405 only hunt here on Picayune Bay. So I want to start this hunt by saying thank you all for 405,000 subscribers, and I really have been super excited for this one. For the weapon. This thing is lever action, no scopes attached to it, and it's just an absolute beast of a gun. So, gonna try to get that shot in there on that water buffalo. That's the kind of thing we can expect. And also for this hunt, I think we're gonna try to avoid just running up to water buffalo and getting them to charge, because we could do that. But because of the insane power of this thing, is not necessary, and I think it might be more fun with no scope to try to do stuff like that. So, as for this guy, first kill of the hunt's going to be double lung at 50.7 meters, 176 score is decent, and hopefully we can find something good. So moving in the right direction anyway, 190 to 230 for that guy, and he probably is maybe 210. That range, gonna be no issue for the 405, and by the way, something I'm gonna be intrigued to see today, this was a map that back in the day, it was always, if I needed a quick video, whether it was in hunting season or back in college or whatever, come here, run around, we could always have a good time. 211 for that guy, by the way, so not bad. I think spending more time on the map has potential to really help us find something decent. So, while it is the ideal run and gun map, and that is how we're going to approach it, we're going to be out here for a while, and I really hope that leads to something worthy of being added to our lodge. Ooh, that's a big buffalo. I'm guessing that's the one we're tracking. That looks pretty decent. Now, I will say, it's been years. 225 to 270, so solid estimate. But I literally don't know the last time we actually shot a water buffalo. That's the kind of thing we're looking for, though. And what I'd really love to get is a good one with the gray fur. Honestly, when that got added, that's probably the last time we hunted them. That angle kind of sucks, but we also have a great gun, so... That's about what I thought would happen. This thing obviously is a tank, and by the way, it's probably quite obvious, but water buffalo are the biggest species we'll be hunting today. Sandbar deer, banteng, feral pig, those are the other ones we might run into. And the mere fact that it's doing that to water buffalo probably gives you a good indication of what we're going to be looking at. So 240 for that. I think we can do better, but maybe just real quick to get a look at it. That is, honestly, as far as like big water buffalo go, on the smaller end. So I really hope we can find a nice one so you can see what I mean. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, we're dead, I think. Wait. Okay, I don't know how we'd survive. What? So, I can't believe that just happened. I panicked so bad I hit our sunglasses. That's the gray fur that I want. That's one thing. The other thing is, that's the reality of hunting here on Picayune Bay. We, you know, with all this brush and stuff, we come up over a hill or just go to a spot where we can't see that well, there's a real chance that we're going to get attacked by water buffalo fairly often. So we're tracking a decent one, and that I think is going to be another thing today. Water buffalo are one of maybe a half dozen species or so that they're not scored by their weight, but their weight is relevant. Like 1100 kg plus, that's typically a really nice scoring one. So when we get these max weight tracks, we're going to follow them. And I guess sometimes it leads us straight into ambushes. So not bad, but definitely like more on the lower end, even smaller than our last. Probably going to be our furthest shot so far, so we'll go ahead and try to line this up. Take that guy straight down, and this has actually worked out pretty good. Something I also want to do today is make like several trips into sandbar territory. So I wanted to work my way up to where this fast travel would be one camp and supplies, which we've done. So we'll jump up there. That's a really good spot for sandbar, and maybe work our way back into water buffalo territory, fast travel again to sandbar later on, rather than just make one pass. Hopefully we can get after him a good bit. That's 1100 kilo plus, but still only a 217. I'd say that's fairly uncommon, but I think it's like 1150 or so when you really get the good ones. Nonetheless, we're gonna make this hop up here, and hopefully we can finally shoot something other than a water buffalo. That guy's not bad, actually. No monster, but pretty decent sandbar stag, up to 245. And I think I'd like to be prone for this, but we can't see, and he's about to just walk out of sight. Oh boy. Oh, felt good about that. That dropped him. Honestly, that was luck that we just got right into the right position to take that shot. there is a lure for them, it's the scent lure. And we could have put that out and maybe hoped he would come in, but there was another smaller stag that I was looking at, and I kind of think it would have got here first. So, pretty decent first one. Not like a giant, but solid. And no surprise, dropped him in his tracks. He does look bigger up close. See what he ends up scoring. It was liver, intestine, and left lung. For 128 kilo, 193's nothing special, but kind of like I guess a bigger frame, but much like the water buffalo, on the smaller end. So there's a very real chance this is the only feral hog we shoot today. They just take really long to come in, but unless we spot like a rare or a really big one in the distance, I don't think this could be something we do anymore. And we really can barely see them. Yeah, whatever brush was there, it wasn't enough to stop a 405 round. But since there are only the 4 species that are ethical here, and now we've shot 3 of them, I want to make sure we at least get one of everything. Banteng's actually something I'm excited about too, so hopefully we stumble into them as we head back south. 707 for that. And pretty quickly, even though we are, constantly shooting everything with a gun and spooking everything, we've got quite a few kills. Just crossing everything off the list. Now, there's a decent little Banteng out there. At 125 to 175, but I think that's because our spotting sucks. Pretty sure he's much closer to the 125. And for once, can we get a prone, steady shot off? Nothing has moved yet, which is awesome. I think we were tracking that one too. The weight estimate was about right. And I guess we'll go and see. He didn't look big to me by any stretch, but we'll take it for the first. And I really, like I said, I want to get after some of them. So taking a closer look here. Yeah, I don't know, 130, 140, something like that. Got him double long, 117 meters away. Gonna be 136, so not too bad. Really, like, at level 160, we've never actually killed one. And again, spending more time out here than a quick run down the river and see what happens. Maybe there's a chance of that. Well, that kind of sucks. Can we get this shot off? Wait a minute. We hit that. Actually, we got him pretty good. Yeah, it was a lung shot, but we shot so late, it still killed us. The reason it's really important, by the way, I want to make a clarification. Piebald feral hogs in Hunter Classic, not rare. I really think they should call them spotted, but we're tracking a max weight estimate Banteng, and it fled fairly recently, probably to the point where it would have heard that shot. So now it's probably much further away, but I don't know, we'll take a charging feral hog. Turns out that one earlier wasn't the only one. So that guy's definitely not bad. Up to 185? I'm not even sure that's the one we're tracking. I didn't idea, but there was a call up in that area. There was a new trail. I'm really not exactly sure what to look for, by the way, in terms of like a really big one. So we're definitely going to scoot over there, try to get him. And if that's not the one we're after, we'll keep on rolling. But as far as weight estimate goes, that's 100 kg less than our max. Now our tracking skill level, spotting skill level, not that high. So that discrepancy could be a thing, but there's a real chance that's another one. So I think probably as good an opportunity as we're gonna get prone here. Try to get this shot. Still, oh no, that's not true. I was gonna say still nothing has moved, but the charging feral pig ran off a little bit. But here is a track from the one that we were after. Does this change? Nope. So, this is not the one that we've been following, but it is a pretty darn nice looking Banteng. And we're gonna go and see, did we end up getting like a really good one? 154 or 155 is our best ever. We've just had no real Banteng luck. I don't know, this guy looks pretty good from here. He is 735 kilo, double lung, 156. So I think that's our biggest Banteng ever, but not by a ton. I don't think we're going to tax him. We'll hold out maybe for a 160 plus. Because if I'm remembering right, as of now, we don't have any Banteng displayed in our lodge. If we could get a 160 plus, maybe that changes. And we'll have to go and look. If we do have one displayed, maybe switch it out. But tell you what, this is not the ideal place for a photo. Well, this is hardly my favorite trophy shot ever, but the thing is, we've already been spending forever on this, and that other one that we've been tracking is just getting further and further away. We're not even on the current right track. That was an old roaming we picked up on the way down. So, who knows where he's at, but good news is there's potential for an even better one. Okay, that guy right there is our Banteng, and I would spot him, but there's a feral hog walking right at us. And this has taken 12 years to go and get him. He looked pretty big. I know that's him because I saw him spook earlier. And I just hope he's 156 plus. So we had plenty of time, you know, crawling along, crouching along, tracking him. I went back and looked in our personal best. The biggest Banteng we ever shot was 156, I think, 0.7. That earlier one was 0.09, so he actually wasn't quite our PB. And I don't even know what the spotting estimate on this guy is. Actually, up close, he doesn't look as big. I don't know, only one way to find out. He is 875 kilo, that seems good. Oh my goodness, 165, what? Okay. Well, that's going to the lodge. I didn't think he was that big, that's awesome. Honestly, I might leave him there. Because we're in a horrible spot again. I guess I can see it, because that was the one thing I noticed when we pulled up there. He was really tall. Finally a 160s Banteng, and it's on our 405 only hunt. No way. Now, I hate that we don't have any sunlight right now, but I think probably this is going to be the best thing we do. I don't know what direction the sun's facing. If we got to spin the other way around, obviously with this hill it's not going to work. But I think that looks pretty good. It shows off the horns well. I like that dark fur. It's really nice. And we get to see the 405 really prominently right there. I cannot believe we just got that. That's not like insanely huge. They get 170 plus. But all the years we've hunted here, and back in the day we came here quite often, never had one over 160, and we just jumped our PB by almost 10. Well, we got ourselves into a spot here. That's it. It must know that we're here. The little animation it just did, it seemed like it knew. Just walk into that opening. There we go. So, unfortunately, not a big one. He called a couple of times, and we got his track. Up to 510 kilo, which I think 550 is max. So, track was decent. Antlers are not so much. But it actually kind of works out. So, he's 400 kilo, double lunged him at 27 meters. 134 score. Like, nearly 100 inches smaller than the last one, I think. But, oh, I did a mission. Don't even know what it was, but I will take that. So, I wanted to fast travel up to here. This is another good spot. Not the deer. I wanted the only deer species we can't shoot would be rooster deer, so hopefully there's a sandbar around, though. Alright, it is pouring, but we kind of got ourselves into the spot where this sandbar female's here. We don't do a lot of 405 hunting, so we might as well take the kill. And, I guess if we go all the way out and around, we can go and claim her, but just a little bonus opportunity. And when I wanted there to be a buck somewhere around here that maybe called when we fast traveled, sure, but not knowing if there even is, might as well go for it. And so I think what we'll do from here is we have this one at 27 meters, spine 2 and left lung. Still able to get that pretty much with a single lung. I mean, the spine 2 certainly helped, but what we'll do is kind of work our way back down towards the lodge there. I do want to go back to the lodge with our Banteng. However, the launcher trophy lodge editing doesn't seem to work, so we will have to make a single player game and do that afterwards, but kind of the same idea anyway, hunting our way back to the lodge. So bringing everything back around full circle, got actually an orange fur buffalo maybe giving us the best heart shot opportunity ever. I don't know if we got it. I also don't know what he was standing on. Oh, that little thing in front of him there? Huh. I don't know if I've ever shot one doing that. Anyway, that was indeed a heart shot. Got neck, I guess, on the way through. 203 score. And I think from here, because we're just across the way from the lodge, we'll hop back to single player and place our Banteng. And actually turns out, I was incorrect about that. We do have a Banteng here. It is that 154.7 that I thought was our PB. And I think it was the same thing, the 156 we didn't tax because it was very close. I don't remember it clipping through the whitetail buck though. I know antlers in the lodge can sometimes change, like one time you go in it's a high rack, one time you go in it's a wide rack. Maybe horns for Banteng can do the same thing. But swap that out with the 165 and that dark fur. That is pretty darn cool. Now, finding a spot where it doesn't clip through the whitetail, maybe like that. Still crazy that outscores the one that was just there by 10, because it's not as wide, clearly, but much taller, longer horns, and that gets us a 165 Banteng on the wall. And go figure, it is on our 405 only hunt, and really, like, going to Pick-a-Bean worked really good. There were some rooster deer that called, obviously magpie geese flew over, but not many opportunities at those smaller animals anyway. Anything we saw today, we were pretty much good to shoot with the 405, and we end up adding something I've actually always wanted, a 160 plus Banteng, to our trophy lodge. So kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'm very much looking forward to future things like this. I love these specific caliber subscriber milestone hunts. It's just really fun. It sometimes, like this, brings us to a map we don't hunt much. Like I said, it had been years. Use a gun we don't use very often, and end up getting something really cool. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you once again for 405,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I will see you next time.